Welcome back. Many people coming away feeling disappointed with tonight's debate. It was a contentious battle between the president and Joe Biden, frustration, interruptions, and a lot of low blows. With us now to break it all down is our powerhouse roundtable Governor Christie, Mayor Rahm Emanuel, CEO of Democracy for America, Yvette Simpson, and GOP political strategist Sarah Fagen. Governor Christie, of course, you helped President Trump prep for this debate. It was raw. It was contentious. Is this what was planned? And did this work ultimately for the president?
No, it was not what was planned. It was hotter than it was planned to be. I think that the advice was for the president to be aggressive, but it was hotter than it was planned to be. And so in that respect, to answer that question directly, no. Did it help the president? Listen, I think we're going to have to see as time goes on. These people get different perspectives on things as they move a day or two away from this. I don't know what the perspective will be. As I said earlier tonight, I think the problems that the president had tonight can potentially be fixed.
And, Rahm, question to you. President Trump has, of course, been attacking Joe Biden for months, but this was the first time
you noticed.
They were face-to-face, actually, in the same arena, because really it was so combative. How did you think that Joe Biden fared?
Well, I think your question has the answer. You know, if you're effective not only in a debate but a leader, you have to have many tools in the toolbox and be able to use them and adjust accordingly. You just can't have a hammer and just keep going at it, which is where I think one of the things that going into this, people are exhausted by Donald Trump, and nothing tonight changed their feeling of that exhaustion. If anything, they were like, enough already. I think Joe Biden had steadier moments when he looked right in the camera and talked about the American people, their family, their future. When he talked about how to handle COVID, what happened, the failure, and what we got to do to turn that around. And it's very hard to be steady. That said, he had steady moments, and at no time, and he also smiled. At no time did either Trump smile, look at the camera, talk to the American people about their lives, their future. Therefore, I think Trump lost this debate because he lost being who he is, Donald Trump.
Of course, the New York Times reported that Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes in 2016 and 2017. But Trump flat out denied it, instead saying that he paid millions in federal taxes. Sarah, do you think that Americans believe that answer, and how much does it matter?
Well, it was such a small portion of this debate. It's like hard to remember anything from the debate, but I think he handled himself fine in that questioning. It's consistent with what he's been saying for 4 years. I think people took away from this debate the tone, the tenor, the food fight. I don't think they're focused on any of the policy, and I think for President Trump, that's a problem. He needed to go out and make this a choice. He had moments where he did this in the debate, but then it devolved again. And so it's a status quo situation, the debate, which means he didn't get ahead, which is what he needed to do.
Yvette, of course, coronavirus was a big issue. 56% of Americans say they disapprove of President Trump's handling of it. Did you think that Joe Biden's attacks on the president and his handling landed, and were they effective?
I think they did. I mean, I think, you know, Donald Trump has continued to try to blame this on China. He's tried to say that there would have been more deaths if Joe Biden was president. Nobody believes that. I mean, the reality is Joe Biden has provided real solutions about things that we can do now to prevent future deaths, which I thought was a great point to make. If we just require everyone to wear a mask, guess what? We cut that in half. Donald Trump had no rebuttal to that. What I loved Joe Biden did was to also point out how this affects Black Americans, which Donald Trump has not done. He did that in rebuttal to Donald Trump's claim that he's the best, president African Americans ever had. And I think he did a really good job of saying, you say you care so much about Black Americans. Well, they're being disproportionately hurt both by their life and their livelihoods by this pandemic, and you've done nothing to remedy that.
And Governor Christie, I mean, it was a direct question. President Trump was asked to denounce, condemn the white supremacist groups. He said at first, oh, sure, I'll do it. What do you want me to say exactly? And then all he ended up saying was stand back and stand by. Essentially, some might perceive it as a call to action. Why does he have such a difficult time? Why not condemn white supremacists?
No, I don't think he has a difficult time. He said it up top, yes, I will. And he said it all the way back at Charlottesville. In his full statement on Charlottesville, he said, I denounce white supremacists and I denounce neo-Nazis. Listen, by that point with this debate, quite frankly, the heat was so high, they were both yelling at each other. Trump was yelling, Biden was yelling, Chris Wallace was yelling, trying to get in between the two of them, that, I didn't perceive it that way. Yvette and I were talking. because I didn't even really hear exactly what he said at the very end. So, you know, I've heard him say this before, so I don't think he has any problem saying it. And he said it up top. Yes, sure, I will. Tell me exactly what you want to say. I think that was a little bit of Trump sarcasm, too, because he feels like, as I've talked to him about this, he feels like he has denounced it a number of times. And when he said, yes, sure, I will, now what do you exactly want me to say? I believe that was Trump being sarcastic with Wallace. Like, what do I have to exactly say to get you to stop asking me? He feels frustrated, that he feels like he has said a number of times that he denounces white supremacists and he denounces neo-Nazis. And I think that was him saying to Wallace, tell me exactly what you want me to say so I could put this to rest.
Yvette, your reaction to the stand back.
The fear of white supremacy, the fear of what's happening in our country as it relates to black people has fueled the largest global civil rights movement over time. And he can't say, he knows exactly who he's talking to. And I do think that that Proud Boys moment, which many people in my connection said, did you hear that? Did you hear that? That stokes fear in the hearts of so many people. The idea that you're saying stand by for what? And we know how he feels about conceding this election. We know that those individuals take to heart what he said. That has fueled a lot of shootings that have happened. He knows that his words matter, and he said that intentionally, and that should stoke fear in the hearts of not just black Americans, but all Americans.
Thanks so much, the roundtable. That is it for us tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.